Hi, I'm Colt Straub, executive producer of Mountain Monsters, and I'm joined here today with the Ames team to get the story behind the hunt for the Sheepsquatch. This guy had your number from the beginning. Now let's start off. The Sheepsquatch is one of the most just strangest creatures you guys have ever gone after. It's got the woolly fur, it's got the horns, it's got the raccoon hands, the possum tail. Just from the beginning, how did you feel going into a creature just this bizarre?
That I'm going to Boone County and prove that this son of a bitch don't exist, period. That's it. No creature like this exists. He told me that Boone County belongs to him and it don't belong to Trapper.
You guys proceeded with caution. Huckleberry and Buck, you guys were up top. And what happened was we saw you guys go over this way, and then Trapper spotted something, and then he went down. Buck, tell me about that moment, what happened, and what did you think was going on?
You could hear that thing cracking its head against that tree. Like it was, I mean, it sounded like it was gonna knock that tree over. I mean, it was just absolutely hammering that thing. It's like it was at a rock concert, you know, just banging his head, you know. But,
like an angry little kid beating his head on the floor.
Yeah, it was something else. And then we get up there and I hear Trapper just start squalling about something. You don't usually hear Trapper squall.
And the guys know I don't show pain. I do not show pain. You can break my arm and I'll never cringe. No. That's probably the hurt I've ever had. I was actually worried if I'd ever see again.
You had snot dripping all the way down to your nose or to your knees.
Oh.
Just think if he'd got the full stream.
Oh, I can't imagine.
Bill, you're a hunter,
Oh, yeah.
and you've been to Boone County,
Oh, yeah.
and Willie was waiting on you.
Yeah.
And Willie was waiting on you.
Yeah.
And Willie was waiting on you.
What?
3 hours of waiting.
You waited on him 3 hours.
3 hours
Yeah.
before
Was
he
it 3
showed up.
hours? Well, they give me the directions, and I put her down on the old paper map. But they changed a bunch of them roads around down there, and they had a lake down there, and they evidently moved that lake.
Move the lake.
What?
They move lakes a lot.
Here's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Who do you call to move a lake?
Trapper, you started off with a bang with the urine, and then you got to experience the Sheepsquatch scat. You really dove right into that. Apparently you weren't put off by his urine, but let's talk about why that excited you and what you got out of that.
Got him a poopy beard.
Little tasty morsels.
He can't help himself, and you'll see it every time. Every time, it doesn't fail.
How's that go? Yeah, yeah. And then it's like that, isn't it?
Huckleberry and Trapper, you guys were in hot pursuit on this thing. This was one heck of a moment. Tell me about what happened, what you saw, and what went down as you went over that hill when you're chasing the Sheepsquatch towards the trap.
Well, we were really too hot pursuit. All I remember saying is,
Too hot, too fast.
too hot, too fast. I seen a horn and an eye, and things sort of got ringy after that. Swallowed my chew, pissed me off. My last chew, and we're out in the middle of nowhere.
I remember jumping over that high wall. We was right on his ass.
on him.
Well, Trapper, that thing definitely put the hurt on you throughout the episode. Huckleberry, you got to taste it at the end. One thing I wanted to ask you about was at the beginning of the episode, Buck issued you a challenge about making him a wool coat of Sheepsquatch fur. But what's interesting is by show's end, Buck didn't really need a coat, he needed some pants.
I believe I told him I don't believe the Sheepsquatch was big enough to make a coat that size. But I think Buck did bust his pants out on this episode.
Well, I was coming to check on you all. You know, I knew that something was wrong to come running, and sure enough, as usual, I fell. You know, because that doesn't happen very often. I do random gravity checks. That's it. I swear.
Guys, thanks for sharing your stories. Really appreciate it. Be sure to join us next time on Behind the Hunt when the guys go after quite possibly the most dangerous creature they've ever gone after, the shadow creature. Be sure to catch Mountain Monsters Friday, 10/9 Central, only on Destination America.